Hello everyone, in today's video I will show you how to configure Microsoft Office 2024 LTSC entirely for free on Windows 10 or on Windows 11 from the official Microsoft website. So the first step is to download the Office deployment tool. This is a small utility that allows you to configure and then deploy Office on your computer using a configuration file that you will create depending on what you want from the Office package. I have prepared two configuration files, one for Office 2024 and another one for the previous version 2021, but more on that later. For now, let's extract the Office deployment tool. Run the wizard and choose a folder where you want the files to be. Alright, let me create a new folder here. I'll name it Office Deployment Tool because that is where I will place my configuration files. So we don't want 365. Okay, these configuration files will be available for download, but as you will see in a moment, it's very simple to create one yourself. There is also the Office customization tool if you want anything specific. So before we get to the actual installation, the configuration files are rather straightforward. Let's open one and see what it's got. I won't go into too much detail. If you want, there's documentation in the Microsoft Learn website. I just want to draw your attention to the exclude app sections. Here you can exclude things that you don't want from your Office package. In my case, that would be Skype for Business with codename Link, also OneDrive and Outlook. If you don't want these, simply open the .xml file in Notepad and delete these rows. There are also some additional options that are commented out here, meaning they won't run unless you remove the comment part. Another thing, if you happen to use Project or Visio, you also have to specify that you want them like it is here. If you want to install the 2024 versions, copy the structure from the 2021 configuration file, and mind the indents by the way, as this is a bit like code, and replace the 1s for 4s. Okay, without any further ado, let's get to the installation part. Don't run the setup.exe file directly, but instead open the command prompt as administrator. Then, navigate to the path where your configuration files are with the cd command. It is easier when you copy the path from the address bar and then right-click to paste it. Type in setup.exe/configure, configuration, Office 2024 Enterprise.xml. You can again copy the name of the configuration file, just include the extension .xml in the command. And basically that's it. Now the download part will take a liberal amount of time to complete, like upwards of 15 minutes, maybe even an hour on older PCs and slower internet. And at times it might seem that it's not doing anything. Just leave it alone. If there is a problem with the configuration file, it should error out pretty soon and let you know. With that being said, I will obviously fast forward. Actually, I'll simply cut directly to the end of the installation. Now, I don't know why it says Microsoft 365 because previous versions simply said Office, but sure enough, you won't be getting 365, just the regular LTSC release. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about activation. There are three ways you can activate Office: with a KMS server, with a multiple activation key, or with Active Directory. Obviously, Office will be unlicensed since it's on a regular consumer PC and none of this is configured. Thus, when you open the Account tab in any of the installed Office products, you will see a message stating that activation is required. I have only ever done KMS activation, and to be honest, I don't really know much about the others, but in any case, KMS activation is pretty simple. With the cd command, go to C Program Files, Microsoft Office, Office 16. In this folder, there's a script ospp.vbs which manages licensing. You can find a generic volume license key on the Microsoft website, and you should make sure it's the correct one for your version. Back to the command prompt, write C script ospp.vbs/inp key, and paste the key that you got from the Microsoft website. Then there's the KMS server and the actual activation command. Okay, on a side note, it turns out there are many cracked public KMS servers that can also simulate activation. Now, of course, all of this is considered piracy, and I won't explain how to crack Office because it's illegal. If anything, I simply wanted to comment on how some people exploit this KMS activation system with a cracked KMS server, which you can find with a simple search, and then just running the activation command, which I obviously won't do in the video, because again, it's illegal, and you have to be dumb to film yourself breaking the law. Actually, even displaying the name of a cracked KMS server might be questionable in legal terms, but in any case, it's publicly available information, and I mean, obviously I'm not going to try to crack Office on video right now. I simply wanted to mention this common method of pirating Microsoft products. When you think about it, it's actually very easy to crack Office if you don't care about the legal guideline. There was even a claim that Microsoft intentionally allows easy activation to guarantee its monopolistic position, meaning that even if you don't pay for Windows or Office, you are still their customer and you do still use their product, which is hugely beneficial for them and quite the opposite for the competitor. Anyway, thanks for watching, kudos if you're still here, and while you are, please subscribe to this channel for more useful content.